Hi, I am Amsi, the team lead of our DSO project, and my team members are Swaroop and Hemant. And the name of the project is RESCUENET. It's an emergency rescue management system. I'll walk you through the code and explain every feature we have built. We have built out five packages like exception package, IO package, main package, model, and processing. I'll go through everyone at a glance. Then first, I'll start with the main package. This is the entry point. It runs an infinite while loop that shows a seven option menu. Each option calls a method from the manager class. Two things to notice. We use console IO for all inputs instead of raw scanner, and we have a default case in the switch. So if the user types an invalid number like 9 or 0, invalid choice instead of silently doing nothing. Then next we'll go to the equipment model first. There are two equipment and incident. We'll see the equipment model. This equipment is our data model for rescue equipment. It has three fields: ID, name, and quantity, all marked private. We never access them directly from outside. Everything goes through getters like getID and getName. This is encapsulation. In this original code, they're all public. We fixed that. For this all equipment, there's an equipment manager which is in here in the process action. So like this is a code. And the equipment manager stores equipment in a fixed array of 10 items. The add equipment method has three layers. First, validation. ID must be positive, name can't be empty, quantity must be greater than 0. If any of these fail, it throws our custom input uh, input invalid exception and prints a clean error message. Then, second, duplicate check. It loops through the array comparing IDs. If the same ID is found, instead of rejecting it, it adds the new quantity to the existing one and prints the updated total. This was a bug in the original code. It just accepted duplicate silently. And third, if the array is full at 10 items, it prints inventory full. The display all method also handles the empty case. It prints no equipment found instead of showing a blank screen. Then we'll see that incident. An incident is our linked list node. It has ID, location, and severity, all private with getters and setters. The important field is next. This is a pointer to the next node, which is what makes that a linked list. The setters are needed by the shortening algorithm to swap data between nodes. And for this also we had manager, which is incident manager. And incident manager implements a single linked list completely from scratch. No array list, no built-in linked list class. When adding an incident, it first validates ID positive, location not empty, severity strictly between 1 to 10, and then it traverses the full list, checking for a duplicate ID. If found, it throws an exception. If not, it appends the new node at the tail. If the list is empty, it just sets head, display incidents, traverse from head to tail, printing every node, and prints no incident found if empty. Then we will see a search service like this one in the processing section. And search service does a linear search on the linked list. It starts at head and walks through every node comparing the ID. The moment it finds a match, it returns the node. If it reaches null without finding anything, it returns null. And back in main, we print incident not found. Time complexity is capital O of n. Like this, we have made a sorting process, which is goes. Sorting service sorts the linked list by severity using bubble sort. Two nested loops compare every pair of adjacent nodes. If the current node has lower severity, then the next one will we swap all three fields: ID, location, severity. Between the two nodes, we don't relink the node. We just swap the data inside them. After sorting, the highest severity incident come first, so the most critical ones are always at the top. Time complexity for this is capital of n square. Then for input also there is a compute IO. Then which is a class name is console IO Java. Then console IO is a utility class for all inputs. The key feature is readint instead of sc.nextInt, which crashes the entire program if you type a letter. We use sc.nextLine wrapped inside integer.parseInt inside a try-catch block. If the input is not a number, it catches the number format exception, prints invalid input. Then please enter a number and loop backs to ask again. The program never crashes on bad input. Read string uses sc.nextLine, so multi-word locations like New York are captured fully. The old code used sc.next, which would cut it to just new. Then we'll see last exception class. To write exception. Then these are custom exception class. It extends exception and takes a message in the constructor. It is the original project. This class existed but was never used anywhere. It was dead code. We now throw it in both equipment manager and instance manager for every validation failure. Then for all this, I'll show you a little demo of our code. I'm running the code. At the very beginning, it gave us the menu in which first we'll add an equipment. We have to give an ID like I gave ID of 12. Then name for we can give a rope. Then quantity you can give like 23. Then at another time I will add an equipment. So I'll select one. Then the same, and I will give the same ID number, that 12. Then I will give the same means if say I want to add the same thing, so I can add it here. Like I am adding the same thing group, and now this time the quantity is like 12. So the quantity is without getting an error, it gives a quantity of good. Now new quantity of the loop is 35. It is like that. Then we can see the equipment. Like after that we can see equipment. If we click to it will see the equipment. What are equipments we have in our list equals so. Then option 3 and 4 are like incident. If there is any incident we want to add, we can add it. Like if we add, first it will ask as the same like ID. We can give any ID 30. And location it asks like we can give a new location. Also give each order like. Then severity between 1 to 10 you can we can take off like 7. It is added. And if you want to see that, we can click just 4 and enter. It will show us the ID, location, severity, everything. Then if you want to search on incident, which is any specific incident web search, you can search it. And I will click 5, fifth option. Then you have to enter its ID like I have the ID of 13. I click it. And if I will search another time and I will give fake ID which is not used, which is not there, like I will give 15. So it gives like incident not found. Then goes to option 6, sorting or severity. We sorts the our incident list using the severity. Using the severity level, like you can check. Click sorted by severity. The highest will first come. Okay. And the last option is for exiting, or we can say. So not exited. Then let's RESCUENET. We implemented arrays, single linked list, linear search, and bubble sort for Scratch in Java, along with input validation, a custom exception class, and clean OOP design. Thanks for watching.